Hi, my name is Ellen.
And my name's Alyssa.
And this is the Modern Singer Podcast. What?
Oh my god, Ellen. I get to finally show you. Are you ready?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Am I ready? Oh my god, the kitty! This is probably so annoying for everyone listening. I pre-apologize. Oh
I got my
god,
tattoos.
Look at them. They look exactly like them, too.
Yeah. And then I also got this one on my arm. I don't know how I'm
Oh,
gonna
the
show you.
shading. Oh yeah, the shading in the fill-in looks so good.
It's like
Oh
brand
my
new. I literally got
gosh.
it like 5 days ago max. It was 4
Oh
or
my
5
god,
days
I'm
ago.
obsessed.
So the one
Did
on
it
my arm,
hurt?
I say as I...
We're talking about Alyssa's new tattoos, by the way.
Oh yeah, I
for
got
people-
2 tattoos for my birthday. But the one on my bicep, it's filled in moons. Guess what I did
I love
while she was filling it in?
Screamed and cried.
No, I fell asleep.
Oh, what? Is it because, like, it's just muscle and, like, what?
It didn't
How?
feel like much, and then the buzzing was so relaxing that I fell the fuck asleep.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I don't know if that means, like, you're super sleep deprived or, like, have a high pain tolerance, or I'm not sure what that
I mean, it
means
didn't
about
hurt. I
you.
will say that. It did not hurt.
Wow, okay.
But when we're recording this, my mom gets here in 4 days to New York. She's coming to visit for my birthday, and she has no idea. So my brother and I are going to see how long it takes her to notice.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see your mom. She's gonna freak out. Oh, I love them. The kitty one is just, it's so spot on. It's so
perfect.
stinking cute.
I sent her the idea that I had, and then I sent her pictures of the cats, and spot on. But she thought that Smalls was so much bigger than she is.
Hence the
Smalls
name
is,
Smalls.
Smalls is 6 pounds. Forte is 18.
Smalls is Smalls. She's so small.
She is very small. I love her. Oh my god, I can't take you anywhere.
I know, you really can't, you know. It's a crapshoot with me. It's never good.
I mean, granted, if I take
never
you somewhere, then we're just going to start feeding into each other's crazy, and then we're going to get kicked out.
Yes. We just feed and feed and feed and feed.
More is
Yeah.
more. More is more. Yes, and.
Yes, and of course. But what were we segueing? Oh, segueing. We were segueing. It is the perfect segue into our Black Friday deal.
It is. We're doing that.
We're doing Black Friday.
So is it 25% off the store?
25% off every single thing in our Etsy shop, making it easy, making it quick. It will run from Black Friday all the way through the end of day Cyber Monday. So if you're eyeing something, if you weren't sure not today, Black Friday through Cyber Monday is your time. That is your day to get 25% off, which is a super good deal because they're not very expensive anyway.
When does this come out?
I
I have to look at the calendar. Oh, this comes out in the middle of it.
Oh shit, you're right.
So Black Friday is currently happening.
It's happening. It's happening right now. Please go to Etsy, our Etsy shop, and
Through Monday the 28th.
yeah, you have through the end of the day, 28th, couple days to log on, to check them out. If you don't know what to get your singer friend or, you know, a colleague or something like that, this is a really great thing to do.
If you've got a gig coming up next semester.
Oh my gosh, yes. Such a good time to just stock up on the goods. Or hey, if you have like a studio and you wanted to get something for your, you know, your students or something like this, is a really great gift to give them. That'll just, you know, the gift that keeps on giving. So
The gift you can keep on printing.
the gift you can keep on printing and reusing no matter what
Well, I am,
stage
by
of
the
your
way, that I
career
am.
you are in. Printing or being environmentally conscious on your iPad, which is not me. Don't come at me. I like
I'm
paper.
a crapshoot, honestly, for both of them.
Well, I do use Trello, which is online. This is not an ad for Trello. But I do have paper too.
Sometimes I just need my sticky notes.
I'm just so type A that I have to be able to like erase it.
I will say, I compost my sticky notes.
For your worms?
My worms!
Oh, how are your worms? We haven't talked about your worms in so long.
They're okay. They need more space. I need a bigger bin.
Yeah.
They need more space. But I don't want to buy anything.
Well, you also live in New York, so
I
there's not a
know.
lot of
I'm kind of at
space.
the point where I'm like, do I just go to a grocery store and get or like a bakery or something and get like a couple frosting bins like my sister's doing with her nonprofit, and just like make a couple and just donate them, but to wear. So we'll see. She wants me to open up a chapter of her nonprofit in New York, to which I responded, sure, I don't have time to do anything but feed worms. Everything else needs to be done by someone besides me. I also don't have anywhere to house them.
I would love to, but somebody else needs to do it.
I can bring them things. That's easy.
Here you go. Okay.
I have nowhere to put them, and I don't have the capacity in my brain or in my life to go get everything.
Yeah, I get that.
So Lauren, I love you,
I'm
but
right
no.
There with you. Yes, but no, but maybe.
Yes,
okay.
And also no.
God, we're so confusing.
What were we even talking about? Black Friday. Oh my God. This is the
Black
best
Friday.
commercial.
Yeah. I know. God, Lord have mercy. Hey, no, it's a great time of year. You know, we're in the thick of audition season. As you can tell, our mental health has already just started declining.
It's failing.
And that's why we're talking about mental health today.
We are indeed.
Audition season, rejection season, mental health. We are right there with you.
It's such a whirlwind because I think we spend so much of our time and our energy applying to jobs.
Yeah.
Just applying to jobs, which is absolutely wild. The fact that we also have to pay to apply to jobs, different tangent for a different day. And wine.
Oh my God. I was just on that tangent like 2 days ago.
I can't do it today. But I'm very sober. Right. I can't do that tangent sober. It just makes me mad if I'm sober and I do it.
No.
I at least need chocolate.
Just, I have some right here. I wish I could
Don't be rude. I don't have any.
Put it through the mic, through the camera for you.
Oh.
No, but on a serious note, like statistically, we just can't book all of them. Just all of the gigs, we apply for so many of them, and so we apply for so many of them, and then we only get so many to go sing in person. And then statistically, how many of those are we really booking? We should do the numbers one of these days. So
that sounds like a lot of math. I went to school to learn how to count to 4 and sometimes 8.
Sometimes 16, but that's a rare occasion.
No, I just break that down into 4 fours. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 again.
There you go. There you go.
Nah, it's a bunch of 4s.
Oh my gosh. So if somebody has that statistic, or if Wolf Trap or something did that for us, please send it our way.
But Soloist Alliance might have it.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to Catherine, see if she has it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that's a lot of math. I don't want to do the math. I just want to know the statistic. But
I want a
today
graph.
We're talking, right? I want a color-coded graph with lots of primary colors. Tangents. But for real, today we're talking about how to bounce back from the inevitable arrival of the PFO, which, if you don't know what a PFO is, it stands for please fuck off, or a more PC version is a rejection letter. So how do we bounce back from those when they're, they start landing in your inbox?
The first thing you got to do is you have to honor your feelings and your emotions. They have a right to be heard, but they don't have the right to rule your life. If we never let ourselves feel our feelings, they definitely start to pile up and come out in weird ways. I know that I've been dealing with that a lot. It's the basis of the work that I'm doing with Annalisa, and I didn't fully realize how many feelings I had from grad school that still run how I deal with my emails even.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
What?
Yep.
Because it's all of these weird emotional ties in our brains that dictate our everyday life. And if we let our emotions unconsciously control our lives, then corporate America wins. I don't know. I thought I had a big thing that I was going to go to, but I didn't.
Then corporate America wins. And,
God.
why would we even be singers if we were trying to let corporate America win anyway? No, but that's a good, it's a good thing to bring to the forefront of your mind. And sometimes you might not even know what those emotions are. Am I angry? Am I sad? Am I relieved? Am I sometimes it's a mix of emotions. So just, like you said, honoring them, but then just feeling them and let them ride, let them go.
I know for me, I have an email folder that I just slide everything into. Once I see it's a PFO, I'm like, cool, not looking at it right now. Like once I get to a stage where I'm like looking to grow for the next year, sure. Now is not that time. If it's just a generic, it just goes bye-bye.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just not in the mental space to look at it, to read it. Sometimes there's feedback and it's like, oh, hell no, I don't want that feedback right now. Sometimes it's good just to drop them.
Yeah, there's a time and place for everything.
Yep.
But feel your feelings first.
Next, definitely talk yourself up. If you got an audition, there's a reason you got that audition in the first place. The reason you got that audition in the first place is you are a definite badass. And here are some of the other things to remember. Challenge your negative self-talk by asking, is there any actual evidence for what I'm thinking? If I'm thinking that I suck or that I'm not worthy, is there evidence for that? Or is that just my anxiety brain making shit up to make me feel bad? You know, which happens all the time.
All the time.
All
it's
the
very
time.
human.
Oh my God, it is. It is really human. And it's even the people who are like super confident and like are always thriving. You really, once you start talking to them and they'll tell you that they have that too. You know what I mean? It may not be as much as mine because I have anxiety or something like that, but everybody has it. Everybody has that negative, mean part somewhere deep inside their brain telling them something, I don't know, something mean and negative.
It's not nice.
Yeah.
To which we say, thank you, goodbye.
Thank you, goodbye.
Thank you for your feedback. I will talk to you later.
Are you lying to me or is there actual evidence?
Show me the receipts. And then you look at a recording from yourself from high school and you're like, oh, there it is.
Oh, don't do that. Oh my gosh, yeah. But then you could be like, if you look at yourself from high school and you'd be like, wow, look how far I've grown.
That's true.
Take it in a new direction.
I was just trying to make a joke and you made it inspirational. So
I try to make it positive. Yeah, we're challenging our negative self-talk today. Another thing to challenge is, what would I say if a friend was in a similar situation? I would never say that to Alyssa. I would never say, Alyssa, God, that sucked today. Or like, oh, everything sucked. I would never say that because that's just not true. That is never the case. You're always thriving at something. I mean, maybe you didn't hit that high note like you usually do, but hey, your acting was on point and you look killer today and that outfit you wore. And every other note was spot on and crystally, and so
thanks,
Ellen. Make sure that you talk to yourself. Always.
I didn't sing anything today.
But it's always on point.
Thank you.
No, but definitely, challenge yourself. Would you say that to your friend or a colleague? Probably not. So don't talk to yourself that way.
I literally just had someone at the yoga studio. I said something silly and self-deprecating, which I don't do very often at the yoga studio because I try to train my teachers not to do it. And she looked at me and went, why are you talking mean to my friend Alyssa? And I went, oh, I did say that mean to your friend Alyssa. I'm sorry.
I like that.
That was really nice. So thanks, Kelly.
Standing up. Your friends are standing up for you when you talk negatively about yourself.
Yeah. I followed.
Thank you.
So that was really nice.
Aw, I love that. I really do love that. Another thing is, can I do anything to change what I'm feeling bad about? Like,
if you cracked a high note, you cracked a high note. We've all been
there. Exactly. Is there anything
you fix
can do
that right
about
now?
that?
No.
Probably
not. Can you
not.
prepare to do something else in the future? Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, did your wardrobe? Did you have like 12 wardrobe malfunctions? Well, then maybe change your outfit for the next time, and so you won't have to do that. Yeah. Little tweaks here and there. Or, hey, did my page turn not work properly? Well, then I need to just make sure that that's set up for next time. So, yeah, just a couple things to challenge that negative self-talk.
But also remembering, like, what happened. We can't change the past.
That's a hard one for me.
We can only change how we prepare for the future. Yeah, it's hard not to dwell is something that I've really had to challenge myself on. And being able to continue moving forward. So it's not beating yourself up about what happened. Like, maybe you came in a beat early. Maybe you had those wardrobe malfunctions. Maybe you literally, in the Opera America room where the light hits at the very edge of the stage, you fell off. Been there, done that. It's funny as hell.
Hey, that just means they remember you.
It's funny 10 minutes to an hour later, I promise. In the moment, hilarious. It sucks.
Yeah.
But there's nothing you can really do to change it.
Yeah, and you just also never know what's going to come out of it. Because I've had auditions that I have just bombed. I mean, it was so bad. I have this one audition that I screwed up so badly. I went out there, I came out of it and I just started laughing and I was like, there's no way in hell. But I got Frasquita, from Carmen. They cast me in the role that I was auditioning for, and I was like, how the hell did that happen? It's just because I kept going and I was just rolling with it, and you just never know. You never know what other people are thinking about you. You know what I mean?
Because
or how
maybe
you're
it just makes
off.
You more of a person.
Yeah, you're a human.
And maybe that's what it shows them, that you are someone that they want to work with.
Yeah, and if you fall off the stage, you are one out of the 400 sopranos that fell off the stage. They're definitely going to remember you, so.
Also, more people are going to fall off the stage. Like, they need to fix that lighting problem.
Right. Okay, maybe not there, but. Oh my God.
Some other things you can do to challenge this self-talk is to keep a running list of your positive attributes. Like, I know whenever I sing D5, it sounds awesome. I can find a laser focus in 0.2 seconds, if that. And I know that my eyeliner is always going to be just sharp enough to cut someone's face. I don't know. But like, I know these things deep in my soul. And so keeping a list of positive attributes about your singing, there's a lot of body dysmorphia out in the world right now. So being able to keep a list of these things, of maybe it's literally as simple as, I really like my smile. When I smile, I know it's always lovely. That's fine. That counts.
Yeah,
maybe
I love
it's Ellen and you're just like, hi, I have beautiful long red mermaid hair all the time. Like, that's a positive attribute. Hello.
Yeah, you gotta remember that, you do have a lot of positive attributes, and keeping them handy too. Like, I always would put them on my mirror or my practice, like my practice piano and stuff like that. But when I went and auditioned, I didn't have them with me, and I needed that then in that moment. So like keeping them in a notebook or something where you can just turn to them and look at them.
Or in a note on your phone.
Yeah, or in a note on your phone, even easier, is just keep them accessible. So you can, when you need them in that moment, you can look at them really quickly and be like, yeah, I am a badass. Okay, I'm walking in and I'm going to, kill this audition right now.
Another really great thing to do, instead of saying, I'll never be able to do this, try, is there anything I can do that will help me do this? Or, oh gosh, I saw the best one. It's, I can't wait until I get to do this.
Oh, I like that one.
Because it's an excitement. It's changing the self-talk of I can't and I will never to I might not be able to do it consistently now in this moment, but I am so excited for when I can. Because something else that's super important about this business is we never stop learning. We never stop growing. It's a literal physical muscle that we have to strengthen and train.
Literally.
And we have to be able to keep our minds engaged as well. So it's similar to how I train myself and the teachers that I teach to not say sorry when you make a mistake. Mistakes are human. Mm-hmm. You don't have to apologize for being a human. So instead of saying sorry, I've been able to replace that with the word rather, which then takes away from the sorry, because sorry got to the point where it didn't have a meaning except for, excuse me, my bad. Like, no, I'm not apologizing for being a human and existing.
I love that.
But like, I'll say something and then in the moment, I will either say, that's not what I meant, this is what I meant, or I will literally just say, rather. Like one time I said, inhale tabletop, stack your hips over your wrists. Rather, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Like, I can't tell you how many times I have to say it in class.
Well, it's like you have to train that out of you. I don't know what it was, like our generation or what was going on, but like
I had a manager start docking my tips in college. I literally had a manager start docking my tips in college. Like, he gave them back to me, but he said, I'm going to dock a quarter of your tips or a quarter from your tips every single time you say sorry today. And he showed me how many it was.
That's that'll get you doing it.
That's what got me. And it was wild. Like, he gave them to me, but he gave them to me in quarters, which was annoying as hell.
So he still gave them back, but he made it really annoying.
But he went, this is now your problem. Fix
That's
it.
funny. And you know what? I also about this. So like, if you know me, I'm not a positive person. Like I'm trying not to be a negative person anymore.
I don't agree with that.
Oh, well, thanks. But
I've never thought of you as a not positive person. I've always thought of you as a
Oh.
positive person.
Well, that's good then.
So maybe
I
it's
guess that
just
means
your
I'm doing
inside
the
voice
work.
being a dick.
My inside head being a douche. But what's nice? He's just being a douche back there.
Being a douche.
And it's a he for some reason. I don't know why.
Down with the patriarchy.
I identify as she, her, but he is back there.
the problem.
Yep. Anyway. But even if you're like, if positivity annoys you, or if in this moment when you're feeling like crap, you're not really feeling being positive, you don't have to be positive. You just have to not be negative on yourself. You know what I mean? Like you can be neutral.
If you can find neutral, great.
Yep. It's just working on not being negative. And then, maybe on some good days, we're going to be real positive about ourselves and talk about our mermaid hair and our beautiful smile and our sparkly high notes and stuff like that. But
I think I actually have something from my old therapist that I can link. If I do, I'll leave this part in about finding neutral.
Yeah.
If you're hearing this, it's in the show notes.
If you're hearing this, Alyssa found it and it's in the show notes. Yeah, just... I think especially in this day and age, sometimes positivity is like, oh my God, I can't be positive. I'm exhausted.
Because there's also toxic positivity. Like sometimes it goes too far.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that if we can combat the negative, we are already doing ourselves like a huge favor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Another thing you should do is work with your network. See if you can get feedback on your audition materials and pre-screens from trusted people in your circle. And that's huge. That's the big point right there, is the trusted people in your circle. They know how to talk to you. They know what your insecurities are, what you've been working on. They also know how to be honest with you. They know how to tell you how it is, give you the resources on, changing and making your things better. So, if you can, get your materials in order, your resumes, your recordings, your videos and stuff like that ahead of time, and, really giving them to those people that you trust.
I will say, just a caveat to this, it shouldn't just be your friends and colleagues, especially if you're looking to get feedback on why didn't I book this gig. You should be relying on directors that you've made a good contact with, your conductors, music directors, your voice teacher, your coach. Those are the people that you need to get this to, not just your friends.
Friends are nice, but you want real
friends are nice and they'll pump you up, but also
professional feedback.
People who are like training you because they know.
Exactly. And they know what resources to give you as well. Your friends are most of the time still in the same stage.
They might have more resources too because they're in a different circle.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so this is where life goes wonky just a little bit because I literally wrote this and I went, we're going to talk about it. Is asking for feedback from your live auditions. So 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get feedback from your live audition unless it's a callback. So sometimes it's hard to broach, especially if you're just getting the generic PFO of, thank you so much. We heard so many people. We're so sorry we couldn't cast you. Maybe give us your $30 again next year.
Yep.
But
we really liked you. We just only had so many spots.
It's the generic copy-paste PFOs that are harder to respond to, especially if it's just a response through Yap Tracker and you don't have someone's email. If you have someone's email, it's a little bit easier to be, thank you so much for seeing me. I really appreciate it. If the panelists have notes from the session that they are willing to share from my audition, I would love to get feedback from you to continue growing so that I know what to prepare better next time I'm in front of you.
Yep. That's a great way to put it.
Thank you. I made it up, and that is an email I would probably send, and I will add about 3 exclamation points and 2 emojis. because
I think we
I'm
need to
tired
cut
of
and
it.
paste. Just cut and paste that. But hey, no, it is a good, that's a good way to put it, because you're not asking them to go back and review your materials and take extra time. You're saying, hey, I know you listened to 400 other people that day. I'm sure you took notes, and if they have them and they're willing to share them, I would love to take them. So it's not really taking any time out of their day. You're making it easy for them, but you're also getting that feedback that, you need, and would be helpful to know why you didn't get that audition or gig.
It's also helpful because sometimes it'll jog their memory of who you are, and maybe they remember something that they didn't write down that they really liked, or maybe it was something they didn't like. Like there was an audition I did when I was auditioning for post-grad programs. I was singing Marie from Daughter of the Regiment, and my shoe came off. And I went to take a step and my shoe did not come with me. So I just kicked off the other one. And I then worked with the music director for that program about a year and a half later. And he went, yeah, I kind of liked who you were without your shoes. I wish that you would have just worn flats. And I went, me too, buddy.
Same.
So, I didn't get that feedback in the moment, but I did get it later. And now I know not to wear nylons with those specific shoes.
Yes. Yeah. And that's a good point to focus on your strengths and find those new ways to grow. You know what I mean? And being able to email somebody also after the fact puts you back inside their brain. Messing up and falling out of your heels, now not to wear those heels with nylons. Now that wardrobe malfunction, but it does put you into those people's brains. And there's so many of us singing the same stuff, and you do need to stand out. We talk about this a lot with your branding materials and your website and stuff like that. But even in the audition room, your mess ups are also a way to stand out. Your follow-up emails are a way to stand out, put yourself back in their brains as well. So yeah, even if that happens, focus on your strengths, find new ways to grow, even if it's small, like changing up your wardrobe, or, seeing what that feedback is if you're able to get it, and seeing, okay, maybe they made a negative comment, or okay, yeah, usually my high D is amazing and that day it wasn't, whatever, we're just gonna keep auditioning to push those nerves down, or whatever the reason may be. Maybe it's just was a bad day and the weather got to you or something like that. But if there is some comments,
it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It happens to literally every single one of us because our body is our instrument. But if there is something on that piece of paper that they do give back to you saying oh, wasn't in the moment, or didn't feel engaged in the beginning, run that through with your coach, videotape
or
yourself.
Wandering gaze is one I've gotten a lot of.
Yeah, I've gotten some of that too, or reacted after the fact, okay, I need to react I have to have the thought and then it comes out of my mouth, and just focusing on those things that you can change or that you can work on, instead of the things that it was what it was and there's nothing you can do about it.
Something I really like adding in that I've started doing more of recently is adding more positivity and positive mantras into your daily life. Sometimes you just need to recharge your positivity battery. Something I have noticed is when I am only listening to true crime podcasts
oh my God, yes,
nothing else.
Yes.
I get a little sad.
Yep.
Who knew?
Right there with you.
So I started adding in my feel-good podcasts. So for me, it's Things You Missed in History Class. It's my astrology podcasts. It's the Brene Brown podcast that I went back and I added a couple into my cycle. It's all of these little things. Oh, Unfuck Your Mind is a really good one as well. It's sometimes you just need to recharge your battery and sit down with something that just makes you feel good.
Yeah.
For no other purpose than that makes you feel good. For me,
Yep.
sometimes it's playing with my goddamn worms. Why?
Yep.
Couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you why, but it makes me so happy inside.
Yeah, you gotta find those things, whether it's like watching a Disney movie or hanging out with friends, or for me, sometimes because I get so overwhelmed, or my anxiety really gets to me. I have a app called Insight Timer. It's like
I love Insight Timer. I use it every night to go to bed.
yeah, it's a meditation. It's a guided
timer.
meditation app. Yeah, and there is one where you
free.
can just. It is free. This is also not
I'm
an
gonna
ad,
link
but it
that
could
one
be.
in. I'm gonna link that one in the notes because Insight Timer is what I use instead of paying for a Headspace or a Calm.
Oh, Calm. Yeah. I didn't even know you used Insight Timer. It's so great. But there are there's some guided meditations in there, and some of them are just positive affirmations. So sometimes when I'm just like in a shit mood, I've already meditated in the morning, got my day going, but I'm just kind of like in a shitty mood in the middle of the day. I'll pop in my AirPods, close my curtains because I don't have a door at work. I only have curtains, and I'll listen. That's a topic for another day. But I'll listen to like the positive affirmations through the guided meditation, and it does make you feel better. It is very grounding, and it does remind you, okay, no, I'm not, a piece of shit or whatever I'm telling myself at that time. Like, I'm great. I'm good. I just need to calm down and drink some water. And I love that.
Sometimes you just need something external to remind you your world is not ending. It's just a shitty thought.
Yeah. Another thing to remember is not every role with every company is meant to be. It's hard. That one's a hard one to swallow, or at least it was for me when I was auditioning, because what do you mean? I'm a soprano. I want to sing all the soprano stuff with every company. And, sometimes the role that I can sing in a medium house is not the role for me in a large house, or vice versa. Sometimes my voice is too big for the small houses. And
sometimes it depends on the other people that have already been cast.
Yep, exactly. They want to balance you out. Maybe I'm a great Susanna, but not for this company, or not, like you said, for this cast.
Or even just like not right now. Like, yes, you can sing this amazing, but not right now.
Yeah, and that one is a little bit of a harder pill to swallow. But it's a good reminder, because there are a lot of other things in play than just you and your audition, or you and your voice. It's the size of the hall, it's the other people, it's the orchestra size, there's a lot going on there. And just, keeping in mind that, okay, maybe I am the best Carmen alive or whatever. I do a mean Carmen, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get every Carmen, right? So just remembering that not every role with every company is meant to be.
Lastly, you got to know that it's not just you. There are literally thousands of people applying for such a small amount of roles. I think, oh gosh, one of the programs I did, I think they said they got over 4,000 applications.
Oh my God.
There were 30 roles.
Oh my God. Wow.
Like, in 2 shows, there were only 30 roles.
What are the statistics on that?
I don't know. I'm bad at math. But, like, it's not you. It's a numbers game. And I know that, especially because we have to pay for our job applications, we have to be so, so careful and also, like, change it. But, like, while it's still a thing, we have to be so careful of playing the numbers game, because it's never going to be the case where every single thing you apply to, you're going to get. And sometimes you'll get 2 things that conflict, and then you got to choose. And that is the worst.
Yep. And
it's so much worse, because then you feel really excited for both, and you don't want to let anyone down, but also at the same time you need to make sure that you can pay rent and for food, but like also like you need to pick the role that's best for you and where you're at in your life right now. Oh my God, I'm spiraling. But...
No spiraling. No, but it is the nature. It's the nature of what we do, and it is the name of the game. And it is really hard to not take these things personally, because they're judging you. It's your voice, which is inside your body. It's your body that they're looking at, and they're in your movements and your emotion. And it's really, really hard not to take these things personally. But as much as you can, just try to step outside of your body, out of what's going on, and think about these other things in play. Think about the rest of the industry. I know that's like an annoying thing to say, but that, you know, it's a number game. It's a numbers game for all of us. And like you said, just playing it the best way you can, and being conscious of that will help your mental health during this time as well.
I think something else that I want to leave everyone with is something that I had someone who came in and did a workshop when I was in grad school. They said about 75% of your career is auditioning and applying to jobs. Only 25% is going to be the time you spend in rehearsal and on stage. The other 75% is job searching. All of this stuff that I got when I did my research was from websites like Forbes. It was from links I found on LinkedIn. It's not just us too. It's across the whole country, the whole world even. It's not even just our industry. You're never going to book every single job that you apply to, whether that's singing, a yoga teacher, my cat currently scratching a board, a barista. Like, you're never going to book every single job that you ever apply to. That's just not a thing. It's just not a thing.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
If you come back to knowing that you will spend 75% of your time applying to shit, I feel like it also is when I started to lighten up a little bit, being like, oh, okay, cool. It also made me a little trigger happy with my applications, but like, that's neither here nor there.
Well, it puts things into perspective, right? It's like, okay, if I'm spending 75% of my time applying and only 25% of my time doing the thing that I'm actually applying for, then that 75%, I'm not going to be freaking out that it's not 50-50 or, you know, flipped 25-75 the other way. So
exactly.
It's a great thing to keep in mind while you're applying, and it kind of does kind of lighten the load a little bit.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for listening. Are you interested in growing your singing career but just not sure where to start? Sign up for our newsletter to gain access to all of our freebies.
Ellen and I want to make sure that we can keep getting new information out to the singing community, but to do that, we need your help. If you want to help keep Modern Singer going, we would love the support. A share or even $1 will help. You can always donate to us on PayPal and through the Drop a Tip link on all of our platforms.
Looking for the resources we mentioned today? Everything is linked in the show notes below.
Don't forget about the Black Friday sale going on in our Etsy shop, and rate, review, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
It usually goes up, so I was like, well, what if it went low this time? And it was weird. It's weird to go up.
Blah. We're now bases.
Ooh,
Oh
that's
my
not
god.
enough. Oh my god.